Hello, welcome back everybody to the NYC Metal Scene Show. I am DJ Zab and you are listening to the best radio for hard rock and metal all across the globe. And that is right here, Metal Messiah Radio. Right before we get to JazzRock of Silent Fury, I want to give a shout out to my mom. You might see her in chat as Romy, although she's not in chat anymore, but I think she's listening somewhere out in Radio Land. So, hello mom, thank you for tuning in. Oh, and of course my Uncle Brian is out there as well. Now, I'll give a shout out to everyone else in chat a little bit later on in the show before our very special guest DJ. But right now, all ears and eyes are on our very special guest that I am very proud and very honored to have on our show is JazzRock, the lead vocalist of Silent Fury. Hello, JazzRock.
Hey, Matt. It is so awesome to be on this show. I've been on the chat and really happy that everybody's tuning in tonight. Pre-presidential debate. So
oh, yeah, that's right. That's going on tonight, too. So that's why we wanted to get you on early on in the show. So this kind of works out. So let's get, well, hey, do you want to give a shout out to any your friends in chat right now?
Oh, yes, I do. So first, obviously, I want to give a shout out to my boyfriend, Victor.
Hello,
who's
Victor.
in the chat, and his illustrations have really set Silent Fury apart.
Yes,
so
he's an amazing artist.
Yes, he is. And then also, I think my mom's in the chat. If she figured it out, I have no idea.
Hello, Mom.
But hi, Mom. And then all my friends that joined, I saw Steve, I saw, all my friends from Boston, which I'm pretty psyched about. Robin, a whole bunch of my friends, and also my band,
yes.
Which is very, very important. So I know Gabe's in the chat. He's our lead guitarist, so hello, Gabe. And everybody else, thanks for joining.
Oh, that's very special, very nice. So, hey, JazzRock, you have so much going on, and we never really have a chance to talk about your music. Let's get into that right away, and then maybe we could play one of the songs, and then we'll come back just for a little bit more of a chat on air. But what goes into writing the songs? Like who writes them? Like who does the songwriting, the lyrics? Like how does that all come together?
Yeah, well, so, I mean, I'm the lyricist, and I'm kind of I've always been a writer. And writing the songs comes in two parts. The current rendition of Silent Fury, I'm pretty happy. We work as a team. This is, I think, the third rendition of the band that I started about 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago. So, the songs, we write them, a lot of times we're just sitting in the studio and we're like, let's write a song.
Yeah.
And we'll just come up with because we're kind of cross-genre, as everybody will hear.
Yes.
So we'll just come up with kind of a genre or a key or a chord progression or something, and they'll play some music and I'll just like rap. I'll just write a song like super fast.
Right.
Or a lot of times, like in the case of a couple of the songs that are coming up that everybody will hear, I have a very strong passion about breaking boundaries and fighting injustices and getting rid of violence in the world. So I'll just write a song. I'll just write lyrics, and then I'll come to the band. I'll be like, hey guys, I wrote a song. It's not really a song yet.
Right,
it's song format.
Yeah.
So let's lay it down. And we're really, really good at just like at writing songs. We're all creative in different areas and angles coming together. So I think it just works out for us. It's I love the songwriting process.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, do you want to play one of your songs right now? Then we can come back. Well, I know which one we have queued up, but why don't you introduce this song and tell a little bit about it?
Absolutely. So this song is called Violence Against Violence. It's extremely timely for what's going on in the world. And the song is really a statement, a journalistic yet passionate statement about what happens when violence begets violence. When violence is basically cornered by more violence, there's this explosion of violence that causes a global effect in multiple areas across multiple races.
Yeah.
And this song is being released as of this week. I'm really excited about it. The official music video came out yesterday.
Yes.
I'm just hyped about the song.
Can one of your bandmates maybe post that video in chat room so people go check it out later? Hint, their bandmates.
Victor, please post the video in the chat room.
So, go ahead. Let's have you introduce the song, and I'm going to fade right into it.
Yeah, so please enjoy Violence Against Violence.
And we'll be back with JazzRock right after this.
such fragility. Stop reactionary reactions. The hate has to stop all this violence. For 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 all this violence.
What a great song there. Hey, before we go on with JazzRock, I just want to say hello to my dad, who's actually listening now. They're down in Ocean City, Maryland. So hello, Dad, and hello, Mom. Anyways, back to, we got JazzRock, the lead vocalist from Silent Fury, and we just listened to your brand new track, Violence Against Violence, and that was really cool. What'd you guys all think out there in chat? Let's hear back from you. But, so, what are you trying to achieve with this music? You know, like, who you trying to reach out to, and anything else you want to explain about the band Silent Fury?
Well, I'll say with Violence Against Violence in particular,
right.
You know, the song is really meant to make change. It's about peace. We're playing a show this Saturday. We go on at 3 p.m. at Prospect Park.
Oh, okay.
It's an entire show. Yeah, it's at Parkside Plaza for anybody that's local, and it's COVID friendly, and it's a show all about anti-violence. And so, you know, the song Violence Against Violence, I mean, the lyrics are right up on YouTube, you can check them out. But, you know, it's really meant to awaken America in terms of the fact that, you know, quick reactions don't work, you know, and it just begets more violence. So it definitely has a very serious impact, as do the majority of our songs.
Right,
the majority of our songs are meant to, we have like an interesting split of songs, which are ones that are very thematic, meant for really films, like documentarian type stuff,
right,
from a punk angle.
Yeah.
And then we also have a whole mix of songs that are really fun and funny and intelligent. So it's an interesting spectrum of
music. And thank you. I must post that the show on Saturday over in Prospect Park down in Brooklyn. So let me, as soon as the show is over this evening, tonight, I will post that on nycmetalscene.com, bostonmetalscene.com, and phillymetalscene.com, just to get the word out there.
Nice.
I know it's been tough for everyone. Everyone's been missing and dying to go to shows, so it'd be nice to meet the band Silent Fury and JazzRock in person. And, you know, if you have anything to say and you want to chat with them, they're more than happy to chat. And so you're reaching out and you're looking at possible, I know you had maybe some record interests or something along those lines. Can you add anything about that?
Yeah, so I mean, you know, my intention and the intention of the band is to use our music to, you know, drive positive change. And so, you know, music is, I think, and I'm sure my band would agree,
yeah,
you know, such an important platform for driving messages, for driving global change.
Right.
But other platforms are, comic books, of which Victor is a professional comic book illustrator, and we wrote a song, which you know, called Takashi,
Right.
for his comic book, which is about change, and that's another medium. And so, you know, I'm actively and very proactively, because I'm involved with Women in Music, Women in International Music, multiple music associations,
Yes.
industry associations that I'm involved with,
Yeah.
to pique the interest of music supervisors in primarily film and dramatic TV for the use of our music. So, and then on the record label side, the interest is really on the that I've seen is on the indie side.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I mean, I don't really define our music in any one genre.
Right.
But we seem to get a lot of interest from indie rock labels.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. And hey, people, I wasn't telling you, JazzRock definitely has a lot on her plate, and she's a very busy person, and so it's great that you're able to take the time out to call into the show. So with that said, would you like to say anything else, any parting words to anyone? And we're gonna end it after this with another song, one of my favorite songs from your band, Silent Fury. So anything else, any
Sure.
parting words?
Yeah, a couple things. Well, first of all, I mean, the most important thing is I want to thank anybody that's listening. I've been doing digital marketing for 1 billion years, and I deal with social media every day, and
Yeah.
it's hard to get anybody's attention these days. So
Forget
the
about
fact
it.
that you guys came out and listened is like a big honor to us.
Yeah.
So thank you. That's number one. And then, you know, number two is that, of course, yes, Matt, thank you for getting out the word about our show. It's funny because our last show was March 8th, International Women's Day. All the shows that we do are for impact and
Right.
generally for charitable contributions.
Yeah.
So we did a show at the Red Lion for International Women's Day on March 8th.
Right.
And I've had a lot of people say, like, hey, Jasmine, you know, you were the last band I saw before COVID. I'm like, that's
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah.
And so
I
we
hear you.
finally have a show. I'm like so excited. So it's free. So, you know, if people can come this Saturday, 3 p.m. would be great. But I did want to just mention before you play Calling 911,
Okay.
that you know, you mentioned that I do a lot. So one thing that I'm very involved with is supporting women in business and women in the arts.
Right.
I own a company called Warrior Women in Business, and I produce events and help women in the arts and women in business come together and give them opportunities. And so in that world, I've done events through our songs to support the end of domestic violence. And that's what Calling 911 is about.
Yes.
And I figured that
In fact, in the chat room, my Uncle Brian and my Aunt Kathy, who are listening as well, were at one of your Warrior Women in Business events, and they in the Lower East Side here in Manhattan, and they had a wonderful time. And actually, you hired NYC Metal Scene to cover it as well, and it was some excellent musicians. Silent Fury also played, and that was a great event. So we definitely look forward to more events hosted by either yourself, JazzRock, and Silent Fury, and or Warrior Women in Business.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Disney plan, believe me.
I hear you. All right, so why don't you take it out? Introduce this last song. You've been listening to JazzRock and Silent Fury, and take it away, Jasmine. JazzRock.
Yeah, so we are Silent Fury Band on Instagram and Facebook. From there, you can get to Reverb Nation, YouTube, blah, blah, blah. This is Calling 911, and I hope that you go home singing Calling 911.
There you go. Thank you so much, JazzRock. It's been a pleasure, as usual. All right, here it is.
Thank you so much for your time.
Okay.